Good afternoon and welcome to the SCG for round 17. Sunday football action between the Sydney Swans and the West Coast Eagles. The Swans in fourth position with 10 wins and a percentage of only 105, but I'm guaranteeing you it won't matter about the percentage today. It's all about the win and the loss. They are playing for their lives today. They are going to get a great indication of where they sit this season. They're up against the first placed, all-conquering West Coast Eagles. Good afternoon to Dwayne Russell.
Good afternoon, Dermot. Pleasure to be here. It's a sellout this afternoon. The top team of the competition has come to town, but they haven't got a great record here. They've only won 2 of their past 13. So it is going to be a tough task for the West Coast Eagles, even though they are the form team of the competition. And this game probably means more to Sydney. The West Coast Eagles will finish top, but the Sydney Swans can still finish second or miss the 8 completely.
Well, depending on what happens between Adelaide there on second position up against the Kangaroos.
Yeah.
If they lose, Sydney can go to level, equal points with Adelaide. They won't jump them on percentage. They're only at 105, as I said earlier, but it will be a big morale booster for them to know that they are equal second best team in the comp. They were widely criticised several weeks ago, but I'll tell you what, they keep winning games.
Sydney Swans starting the favourites this afternoon, and a big crowd already building early, and that is something that we don't normally see here at the SCG. They tend to come late. Game number 150 for Ben Matthews this afternoon, and Nick Davis plays his 50th game as a Sydney Swan, but that is the Sydney Swans lineup, and it looks pretty good on paper.
Well, you have to look at this team and say one of the season highs that they have is they laid 90 tackles in round 6. Well, they reckon they're a chance here today against the West Coast Eagles. Expect them to get up around that tackle count again today. They're going to try and shut this game down.
They were forced to make a change. Jarrod McVeigh has come into the team, and he's on the interchange bench, and Nick Fosdyke, the late exclusion for this.
They are high in every department of the stats that count in this game.
And yet they've still squeezed in a first gamer. Matt Rosa, pick number 29 in the 2004 draft. Effectively, the West Coast Eagles' first selection. He's from Warwick Nabil, and he gets his first game this afternoon. So congratulations to him. And Quentin Lynch plays his 50th game for the...
Sunday football from the SCG. Magnificent conditions. Sellout crowd. Should be an absolute beauty. Ball bounced in the middle. Cox first hands to it. Stengline ripped off it. Goods. His kick was smothered. Taken by Fletcher. The bouncing ball. And Kennelly charges through the middle. Spears the pass. Glass does well. Cross to Butler. Yes, and we're punters with him as well. Selwood forward of the wing. Looks upfield. Braun presents and takes the chest mark in front of Dempster. Quick movement of the football. 2 terrific midfields, and the Eagles, I think it's fair to say, the best in the business in 2005.
Wasn't that great coverage and support from the teammates after Glass got the fist in on Barry Hall?
So in his 9th season, Michael Braun, it's tight and hits the woodwork. First score of the afternoon to the Eagles.
Short pass to Barry, back pocket for the Swans. Goes with a longer kick, hoping for and finding ball. Ex-West Coast Eagles, one of the 2 remaining premiership players from that last West Coast premiership, him and Banfield. Long kick from him towards Hall. Off hands, Kirk tries to trap it. Stengline, half a free kick, a full free kick according to the umpire. And Kirk will take it on the wing for the Sydney Swans. Goods inside 50. O'Loughlin's in there. Barry Hall's in there. No one on the mark. Kirk goes long and high towards Jolly. Free kick's been paid. And it'll go to Jolly. And just that little stretch of the jumper, enough for the umpire to play it. Jolly, good kick. Opening goal of the afternoon for the Swans.
Interesting matchups. Cox opposed to a couple of Swans. Spills to Kirk. Running back with a flight. He's opposite 31. McCoskey. Support from Jones. Now Banfield has some space on his favoured left side. Hooks to the top of the square. Lynch, and Barry Lynch takes the mark and kicks the goal.
Well, that little bit of byplay with O'Loughlin has taken him from having a kick of about 55 metres to a kick of about 51, and that could be the difference between him making the range or not. Drop punt. He got under it, Leapers in the goal square. Jolly got a hand to it. O'Keefe smothered on the line. Kicked out of the area by Wirrapunda. Still danger here for the West Coast. Ball slapped down. Kerr caught, got the handball. Butler, the tackling, just got the kick away in time. Rolls it towards Judd. Half-back flank goes back to Wirrapunda. They need a mark here just to settle it down, and they get one at half-back taken by Stengline.
No shortage of pressure for the Eagles here. Nikoski gets around one. Not a second. Hall's got him. Kept his composure. Glass throws it on the boot. Kerr will have to be good. He's got 3 to beat. Numbers tell out. Kirk about to be run down. Across to Goods. They've got a loose man inside the attacking 50. Easy open goal for Buchanan. And he finishes the job. Chad Fletcher unable to put the Eagles in front in the shadows of quarter time.
And if he comes long out to this, so he's got Adam Goods against Tyson Stengline. He's going to go short to the pocket. Stengline is putting the tag straight on Goods, and he's had 4 possessions against Goods 3.
As we expected, a tight game of football. Jason Ball, Eagles leading goal kicker back in 1995, takes the mark. Buchanan's been busy. Left foot kick. O'Loughlin slips clear of his man Jones. Michael O'Loughlin from 45. It floats, it wobbles. It's an ugly kick, but it's a pretty result. He had the sit, but he didn't time his leap. The numbers are now with the West Coast. Kerr, nice evasive skills to Chick.
Oh, good pace.
After a bounce, pumps the Eagles into attack. Lynch wrestles and then almost brought it down. Fletcher, he's got a loose man. It's the captain, off his step, round his body, and he drills it.
Swans have only 3 players at the moment inside 50, so it stays open. Schneider heads long, hoping for Hall. Comes hard, can't mark. Off hands Wirrapunda, as he so often does. Mops it up and starts something. Cox, Banfield, Wirrapunda, wide ball, bouncing ball. Stengline's got it. Goods thought he had him. Stengline fended him. Nikoski had a look around, then went and got the ball. Could have done that the first time, he would have been away. Ball coughed up. Buchanan looks up, has Goods. Thought he hit him with a handball. Goods has got it now. Shrugs the tackle. Goes to Hall. He's got 2 to beat. Fends them off. Kicks it. Goal of the day! Superstar Barry Hall rolls it home.
What about Barry? He's kicked that under the armpit. He actually went under the armpit. I think it was Darren Glass, was it? He got down there. Great smother. What about the defensive tactics? I mean, it's just defensive skills, isn't it? Handball is on the end of it, but it's a smother, it's a tackle. Now, watch this. Stengline. It's under Stengline's armpit. He just went up. He expected to smother it above his head. And he gives the don't argue. The don't argue to Davey Wirrapunda.
Wirrapunda finds Nikoski from defensive 50, heads wide, hoping for and finding Chick. Nice pass, and it was a good lead from Daniel Chick to the East Fremantle Finishing School, of course, before heading to Hawthorn, and now back the West Coast. Half forward, Lynch, half held, Banfield, thread a handball through to Cousins. He got it away, snapped by the big man, Cox, and he's threaded it. Elwood, long kick, Lynch is on the move, he's got 4 to beat. Ball off hands, Matera almost just tapped that to Chick. Jones inside 50, caught, ball comes out, Matera. Cousins, he looks up, he's got Fletcher, can't hit him with the handball, still in dispute the ball. Finally Crouch hacks it out of the area. Goods, Stengline, Goods. Great one-on-one battle. Stengline's toe poke. Barry Hall comes crashing through. Cox, the equal to him. Ball knocked up. Braun, he gets it out to Judd. He gets it out to Cox. He might kick 2 in 3 minutes. And he's got it! Super goal! There's a better mop-up man of defence in the comp than Wirrapunda.
Super player.
Got to Brett Jones, who kicked towards the wing. Buchanan leads in the race, gets a shepherd from Kennelly, and that allows him to look up and spot Jude Bolton, hits him with a pass.
Now, Hall's got a lead if he wants to come back up to the spine of the ground.
Jude Bolton, long. Barry Hall's on the lead. It won't get to him. O'Loughlin, one-handed attempt. That's all he had left. Ball comes up towards Ablett. He loads up from 50 and sends it through. Swans back in front. Kerr through traffic. Allowed to play onto advantage. Gets it inside 50 and the mark taken by Rowan Jones.
Yeah, watching the footy then, even though it was a floater. Dropped short, had eyes on the ball before Tyrconnelly. Luke Ablett's been on Chris Judd this quarter, so that's a great result, getting a goal against him going the other way.
From the paint of the 50-metre arc, sets it up, top of the square. Lynch has got it, but there's a free kick to Cox. Cox kicks his third for the quarter. Out of the 15-minute mark of the second term, the West Coast Eagles are back in front.
It's turned into an arm wrestle, and we expected nothing less between these top 8 sides. Jolly got up high. Banfield, awkward for Judd, but he controlled it brilliantly. Fletcher receives, accelerates, looks upfield. Sampi won't get there in time. Kennelly won the free kick and showed more than his fair share of courage. You would have heard the footsteps charging from behind.
There's that change we talked about, just off the ground now. Cousins comes back on, and off comes Judd. Fair replacement.
The rotation continues. Matthews off to Crouch through the middle.
No targets on the move.
Bolton has to be good here. Roberts-Thompson spills free. Goods. Stingline's got him.
They're grinding him down, the West Coast Eagles. They could kick another 2 or 3 goals here. Well, 2 goals in 2.5 minutes here.
Kerr is sent on his way. The pass is good to Fletcher, just outside the 50. Wants to go. Steps inside. Drop punt. Lynch or Cox. It is who comes from behind. And can you believe this? Dean Cox looking at his 4th of the quarter. And it doesn't deviate off the boot. He's got 4. That's not speaking because Michael was part of the group and they were...
Well, you know what? They do sense things like that. I don't know if you've ever been in a football rooms at half-time. If there's the slightest thing different, somebody that's not meant to be there or you think is encroaching, you do seize up a bit.
Oh, we love Robbo. Second half from the SCG.
I love him.
A 7-point margin to the West Coast Eagles. Game is on well and truly here. Out of the centre. Cousins' kick was smothered. O'Keefe with the first possession, where Punda, who's been terrific for West Coast thus far, robbed of it. Opportunity there for the Swans. They'll break free now. Schneider off the left. A high ball. O'Loughlin works off his man and gets away with it.
Oh, he just... That's one of those 50-50s.
This for a dream start for Sydney in the second half. He's done it.
That's what he has in front of him. Brings it back, not enough. And it might be Mark Kennelly inside the field of play. Matthews tries to hack it out of the area. Kerr just overran it slightly. It ran on quickly for him. O'Keefe, Malcheski, got to Ablett. High kick, wing. O'Loughlin's there. Edges Jones under the ball. Gathers, gives to O'Keefe. They're away with an open forward line. Barry Hall's on the move. Got it.
Got to turn around quickly while there's players flowing forward. The Eagles have got so many numbers back. He's got to hold it up now.
No one in the goal square. And he is held up.
But they'll get to it very quickly if he scunges one through.
As you said earlier, either short passes or goes for goal. He doesn't hit the top of the square often. And his short pass to Jude Bolton then. Back to O'Loughlin, but the umpire brings him around on the angle, thinking he was having a shot.
Gee, you wouldn't want to let Mickey O'Loughlin even 55 out by himself.
Jude Bolton. He could kick it from there. He would give the Swans back the lead. Big kick. Full house here. SCG. Not a bad kick off the boot. Swans in front.
To describe their drain. Oh, the left foot slipped on him, but as we saw, Davey, we reported did the same down that end in the second quarter. Then they paid the free kick. So consistent umpiring.
Buchanan across to Williams. This is frenetic footy at the SCG. Ball had a couple to beat and did it beautifully. Schneider, left foot, hooks it towards full forward. A couple of Eagles couldn't bring it to ground. Barry's got it. Can he break a tackle? No. Banfield, brilliant. Davis holding the ball. No, a throw. Talk about fighting out of your weight division. Drew Banfield, the veteran.
Oh, yeah.
Great tackle.
That was superb defensive work by Drew Banfield. Selwood, end-to-end stuff. Butler can take it and go. Looks inside and just pauses for a moment. That kick is awkward. Clean bowls, 3 of them. Barry at the back. Across there to O'Keefe. He's hurriedly putting it on to boot. The only man there is Stingline.
One thing Quentin Lynch doesn't want to do is lead up outside 50, because if it turns over and Leo Barry gets it, he's going to take them on and he's going to run away from Quentin Lynch and set up from half back.
Stingline, Selwood, Kerr. The boys with possessions on the outer side, and now Kerr to send it inside 50. Low trajectory pass and a good mark by Fletcher.
Third mark he's taken on is it Paul Williams above his head in the forward half of the ground.
Don't think it was intended for him. Lynch was leading as well, and he realised, hang on, this is mine if I go. Lynch was coming hard. He might have got there as well, but Fletcher took the mark. All-Australian last year, second in the best and fairest behind Chris Judd. And he lines it up to give the West Coast Eagles back the lead. 17 minutes in, third term, the Eagles are back.
As we've seen all season, this West Coast Eagles side has enormous character. They are being challenged, though, this afternoon by the informed Swans. Cox down the throat of Bolton. Hooks it round his body. Schneider gets rid of Braun. Now storms towards half forward. A couple of bounces. Can he go all the way? The Schneider man! What a goal! Sydney back in front.
We haven't really seen that for some time. Adam Schneider's been denied the opportunity to do that because of the emergence of Eamon Buchanan. But what's this? Just gets to turn Braun around. Now, Braun's a willing campaigner, a very good player, in fact. He's had a fantastic year. He's not slow, but he's definitely not quick by league standards. And Schneider just puts the foot down, and Brawny cannot make up that 2-metre break at any stage.
Sydney Swans playing for a top 4 position at the very least, and perhaps even more. West Coast Eagles almost assured of that top position. Jason Ball didn't have control of it. Oh, advantage is paid. Now Buchanan is off to the races. The hand pass was poor, intended for Davis. It's going back. No, it's not. Davis shoots on goal. It's there. Sydney get a late one. We've been treated to a terrific game of football. Game hanging in the balance. Williams lays it off to Kirk. Kicks to the hot spot. What can Michael O'Loughlin produce? Got a hand to it.
Almost.
Schneider in some space. A shepherd required. He gets it with time on his side. Off the left boot. Terrific goal for Sydney.
Malcheski, in fact, it was Roberts Thompson. He got it out, and here they go. Kennelly got it from Matthews. Chips it to half forward. Schneider's got it again.
He's got O'Loughlin, who can double lead his man.
Here comes O'Loughlin. He's on the march. Got it. He knows how important this third goal is.
He's been kicking poorly today too.
They could miss the 8 still, the Swans, if they lose this afternoon. Or they could finish second if they win it. And he's slotted it for number 3.
Michael O'Loughlin is causing all sorts of problems for the Eagles' defence.
Adam Schneider tried to get the play under advantage, but you can't do that from a mark.
Eagles' only defeat came back in round 9 against Collingwood, a 23-point margin.
That's a great kick.
Through the hands of Hall. Chick mops up. Brett Jones, little indecisive. Has Rosa. Looks left, then right. Kicks down the line. Sydney with the numbers. Matthews sends Kirk away. In short, retaining possession, Buchanan, who has been lively throughout. One more goal might just see off this West Coast Eagles side this afternoon. Pops up the kick. Ball in front. Takes the mark. That's what confronts the Swans' spearhead. Draws it back right to left. A perfect kick off the boot. That's a pretty tough ball to mark. That made Rose's effort even better. Although he didn't bring it down, Fletcher lost control. Kirk squirts it free. Cousins, Butler, Chick. Now the Eagles, can they create something? Across to Cousins, the skipper, still running hard. The Brownlow medal favourite hooks it towards. Full forward, no mark taken. Matera couldn't bring it with him. Still a chance. Chick gets the bouncing ball almost to full forward, but Ablett is there. So too good. They are fiddling with the football. A chance for Fletcher. Going to ground was Staker, and the Swans, through weight of numbers, will win out.
Craig Bolton to Kennelly. Roberts-Thompson, Kennelly, the corridor. He loves it. Goes wide, though, this time. And a good option because Dempster was there on his own. Davis is short. Oh, there's a longer option, and it's Jolly.
And now Nick Davis is screaming to kick it back to him.
But the Swans are playing their chip-up, time-off-the-clock game plan now.
Well, what they've done is you saw that when the Eagles went forward, they had a half chance then, but they were mauled. It was a 2-on-6 in their back line. And then you think, well, they've got no one to kick it to. But it doesn't matter because Ty Kennelly gets the ball in the back of the square and just sprints through it. And no one can catch him, and they get it this deep on the rebound.
Mentioned he missed their earlier encounter. That was a 2-week suspension for a very iffy kneeing incident. He's been great pickup for the Swans. 48 games for the Demons, of course. And this, oh, that's a beautiful kick. Eye of the needle stuff, and they might be home. 7,071 people here, and they are continuing to flood back to watch the Sydney Swans because at the moment they are a massive chance to still win the flag. Fletcher, bouncing ball at half forward. Down there was Sampi. Matera has had a quiet afternoon and it stays quiet. Sampi through traffic, gets the kick around the body. Staker! Still a chance the West Coast. From the ball in. Judd still working hard, tried to knock the ball out. Kerr was there. Now Rosa. Rowan Jones, Wirapunda looks up, the lead's come, he goes short. Brett Jones thinking about looping it over the top to Chick. He goes to Wirapunda, spears the pass, good pass. Staker, he looks up. Matera's on the lead, and he didn't have the confidence to lead hard enough there, Matera. He could load up here, Staker, and have a crack at them. Would take a massive kick. Drop punt, heads to the square. CB! They are still alive. Lines them up, drop punt, and they're a little silent here at the SCG. We've played 20 minutes, 5.5 to go.
Perhaps their best win of the year. CB opposed to Jolly. There's Chick. Keeps it in momentarily. Siren sounds from the Harbour City has come alive as the Sydney Swans have knocked off the league leaders.
Well, that breathes life into the competition. You go through a season and history shows that any team that only loses one game, I think we've only had one in the history of the game that's gone through undefeated, but any team that only loses one game absolutely bolts in the grand final. To lose two just on a yardstick estimation shows that you are beatable by different types of opposition. And that puts a bit of life back in the competition now. Admittedly, they're not going to play the grand final here at the SCG.
No, but
it shows you they can be got at.
They might get 2 home finals at Subiaco, the West Coast, where they will be near on unbeatable. But MCG, grand final day, they have to come over for the parade. It's a different environment. And that'll make it tough for them. And as you said, it keeps it alive. And the Sydney Swans, they might also get some home finals, and they are tough to beat here. And well done to the Sydney Swans. They've been under pressure this year. And let's go down to one of them. He's with Michael Roberts, one of the stars of the show.
Well, Jude, skipper today, and I tell you what, it's very difficult for a side to stay up like West Coast, but you had to come out and play for something. Yeah. You've done exactly that in front of a packed house.
Oh, it's been good. Like, great turnout here today, and then just the boys were able to shut them down, shut their uncontested footy down, and get over the line.
As a spectacle, one of the toughest, hard-hitting, relentless games I've seen. The rotation through the interchange on the ball, pretty fast going there, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they've got so many options going through the midfield, and we're able to just swing at changes and keep our fresh legs going, but it was a real battle of running capacity.
What does this mean to the club now?
Oh, it just gives us a lot of confidence, and we're going over to another tough one next week against Adelaide over there.
Do you need proving to yourselves that you can knock over a top side like this, because you did it in the finals last year?
Oh, you definitely do. I think you just you want to back up against quality opposition each week.
Well done.
Thanks.
Well done, Jude.
Good on you, Robbo. Well done to Jude Bolton, the Victoria's captain. Well, he's at least got 50% winning record now. He's 100% to this moment, but he's got another game to go. Johnny Worsfold. Now, look, he would hate losing under any circumstance, but there's no need to, worry in any way, shape or form. He's got a couple of things to think about with his key position backman, but they did choke up Sydney's forward line in the second quarter, and that's the way you would have liked them to go through the match.
To steal a phrase from former Prime Minister Paul Keating, was this the defeat that perhaps the Eagles had to have?
Well, you have to look at it. Hunter would have been into that back line. The midfield would have contained
Embley as well.
Embley.
Gardner.
And,
is there as well.
I tell you, Gardner's good enough to be in the best 18, but for the balance of the team, you'd have to say, today, Hansen at centre-half forward to lead up. And look, they had their best Hager Stengline on goods doing just a superb job. Would they have enough to cover the likes of Embley? But you can only tell them to go out there and win on the day today, and that's what they've done. And one bloke who would be enormously happy is Robbo's former teammate, Paul Roos. He's with him now.
Kanga looking around the SCG. That is a fantastic side, isn't it?
Yeah, look, great crowd. Obviously, the Sydney weather was nice, and the football wasn't bad either.
Did your homework? They didn't blow it out in that first quarter. Your match-ups work. Williams on Cousins. All the rotations through the middle. Sensational.
Yeah, look, I thought our midfield once again was really good. I mean, look, it was a really good contest. I mean, they're a super side, and our guys really battled hard, and they gave us a lot of trouble with. It's got so many good players, but I thought their concentration and the level of commitment from our guys just to stick to the task was fantastic.
Massive yardstick for you, wasn't it? Just to judge exactly where you were, and for the boys to come out and show the confidence to knock over a top side like this gives you just such a great run-in.
Yeah, look, it's a really important win, obviously, because they have been terrific all season, and they're coming off a big game last week. So, maybe we got them at a reasonable time, but you still have to do the job. I mean, they're a super side, and I thought our guys were great.
In defence as well, you kept them, I think, to 3 goals in the second half. So everything worked. Your forwards worked well on ball, but your defence was great. Yeah, look, our defence has been really solid all year, and I thought they were really good. I mean, Cox is a ruckman and not a noted goal kicker, and he got 4 of their goals. So, our defence was very solid all day. You're a proud bunch, are they? Waiting here, they've reached a good task today. They've knocked them over.
Yeah, look, they are, and they worked really hard. And obviously, Benny Matthews 150. I think they were pretty keen to win it for Benny as well.
Well done, Kanga.
There's Ben Matthews there. New South Wales product, Rutherglen, and they hoist him high. Game 150 in his 10th season. Just 26 years of age, though. Got some footy still ahead of him, and maybe a grand final or even a premiership.